Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this fine Sunday morning? Okay, I know it's been a few days since I've started a new build, but I had to take a little break there. Took about a week off, but now I'm back at it. And what I'm gonna do now, what you see in front of you, I'm gonna create a parts guitar, and it's gonna be a completely just on the fly kind of building this guitar just as I go. I picked up this neck, and I'll show you the neck in a second, and this body from my local guitar resource place in Valpy, Florida here, and I figured I'd put together something really kind of cool. This guitar is really thin. I like it. It's a really thin body. It's really dense. It's kind of heavy. As you can see, it's it's dinged up and kind of put through its paces, but I'm gonna of course make it something really cool. I'm gonna use an 81 EMG 81 pickup. I've got this fixed bridge, top load fixed bridge. I think I might go with a Strat style input jack, maybe somewhere make a hole around here somewhere. I'm not sure. I might just go directly into the pick guard. Here's a pick guard, I guess, that came with this body, and that's kind of how it looked. I'm just gonna have the one pickup, and I'm going to use some white 3-ply material right here. This is brand new sheet of white 3-ply material, so I'm going to cut a custom pick guard. Here's all the other parts. I might go with a Strat style chrome knob or just a regular chrome knob. Input for the 9-volt battery. This is for a Strat style rollers there. I'm going to go paint this guitar popsicle orange. Gloss orange color. I don't have any orange guitars. I was thinking, brainstorming on ways that I can make this guitar kind of unique, like maybe a Tony the Tiger pickguard or some sort of theme like that, but I'm gonna wait till I have full access to. Yeah, I'm gonna make a custom body shop. Got some really cool custom guitars that I want to make coming up pretty soon. Not to spoil too much, but I want to make a Playboy guitar. I don't know if you've ever seen the bunny head Playboy guitar. I want to make a relic of that. That's going to be really cool, and a few others. And you've seen the list that I had posted from before. Here's the neck. This neck is kind of beat up. It's got some dents here in the back, but I'll sand all that out. And it looks like whoever tried to fix this neck for some reason had some cracks in it, and they tried to put screws in it, but I'm going to take the screws out and super glue it and glue it and make it all right. I like the shape. It's a Pacifica guitar shape, and it's a Strat style neck, and is that it's flat and it has the string trees, but it's missing Strat style nut. So either I might put a Strat style nut in there and then build up the ledge for the wood, because I've got extra wood like this that I can build on the edge after I've got the Strat style nut, or I might just go with a regular Les Paul style nut, which would work in there just fine. It doesn't necessarily have to be like something like this. I can just mount in there, and I'll just figure the intonation and everything, and that'll still be fine going to the string tree. It's just that the the smaller one. But yeah, this is going to be a build that I'm going to figure out, and I'll take you with me every step of the way, and it's going to be pretty killer. So, and seeing how it's going to be just a one pickup, there's not going to be a need for a toggle switch or anything like that. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to have to shape the neck because the neck doesn't fit in this pocket at all. So I'll have to figure all that out, and I'll have to figure out the bridge placement. But I'll show you every step of the process, and it's going to be fun. It's going to look cool. Yeah, I think that's going to look cool. Yeah, and especially with it being popsicle orange, I mean, it's going to be something unique and different. But a one-of-a-kind guitar build here, and we're going to start now, and I'll see you soon. See you all the updates. All right, we'll talk to you in a while. Hey, good morning. All right, this is the first update on the, I guess I'll call it the popsicle orange parts guitar. So take a look. Yeah, this neck doesn't actually fit. It's a little bit too wide, but I think what I'm gonna do, it's not too far off. I'm gonna take a little material from this side, and I'm just gonna score a little bit off there and see if that works. And then I've got a file, and then that'll be the first step to get the neck actually fitted with the body. And I could take off from the neck as well, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to doctor this neck. It's got some pretty pretty substantial dings here in the back, and I'm gonna have to sand that anyway. And I think because this guitar is so thin, the body of it's so thin, I'm gonna have to take off from the heel here to make it work. And it's gonna be a Strat. I'm using a Strat style bridge, so it's gonna have to be fairly low and fairly accurate. So we're gonna go from there. So all right, so I'll see you once I get this neck fitted into the body. All right, we'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, got the neck pocket filed in correctly. Looks pretty good, and I got it so the neck fits. All right, so neck fits pretty good in the pocket. Let me show you. I'm gonna shore it up, of course, and put some glue in there and make sure everything is good to go. But let me just show you how it looks. Yeah, see how it's in the pocket? And I'm gonna fill all that in. All this is gonna be perfectly flush and look really good. But basically, that's how it's gonna look in the pocket. I'm gonna figure out the measurements. As far as I'm probably gonna see where the nut's gonna go, and then figure out where the bridge is gonna go and see where everything lines up. But yeah, let me get the neck dialed in, get some body filler, get some super glue in there, and make sure everything is good to go. And we'll see you in a sec. Alright. Well, I figured the neck is, because I measured the neck being so thin, I decided on this neck I'm going to take off about maybe 1/8 of an inch off the back of the neck, and I'm going to use the scroll saw, and I'm going to cut off that portion right there that's untaped, and that way it'll fit on the body and it'll be flush enough and flat enough to catch the Strat style bridge. But this may be a bad thing to do, or it may be really awesome, but I'm going to do it. So alright, we'll see you in a little bit after I get it cut off there. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, how's everybody doing? I just want to show you some progress on the parts guitar build. I was actually able to sand down the neck, and that's pretty cool. Battery was low, so I didn't film all this, but I did do a rough cut of the body, the pocket, and the body filler. I filled that in. Same thing with on the back. What the plan is today, finish setting the pocket. I'm going to install the neck with some shortened screws, because the neck is actually pretty cool. I don't think I'll be able to show you this with one hand, but I could try here. Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, because I did shorten, or make it shallower, the neck, so I'm gonna have to make some custom screws there. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. This guitar is gonna be very thin, which is awesome. So I'll get all that taken care of. Hopefully once I get that, I'll figure out where the bridge is gonna go, and then we'll start from there. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, I trimmed my screws to the appropriate length. Got my 4 bolt-on screws, and then I taped up my drill bit. And now I'm going to install the neck onto the body, and we'll see you next step. Alright, got the neck attached to the body, and it's looking pretty good. Look at how thin that neck and body combination together is when I put the bridge on there. Okay, next step is either I'm going to install the nut and make sure it's the proper length, and then we're going to see where the bridge sits and then draw out all the lines. Alright, and then we'll get all the neck dialed in, the pocket perfectly placed. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, did my measurements, and my nut is good to go. I'm going to fill in a little bit of the wood there, but yeah, it's going to look pretty good. I'm going to go with a standard Gibson style nut, and it's measured out, and I did the measurements, and it should work. So we'll see you next step. Alright, nut is placed perfectly awesome. Turned out really killer. And I'll clean this up, and then I'll color the top. I had to add a little super glue in there and material. Okay, so now we're going to measure it out and find out where the bridge is going to go. And then I'll do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, got the bridge in the general. I marked the area where the bridge should theoretically go. And I'm going to do a string test, and I'll be right back. Alright, got the bridge installed, did the string test. It is smooth. Alright, I'm going to go with a single EMG pickup on this build, so I'm gonna have to cut away a little bit into the pocket, just a little bit more than what it was. So I'll see you next step. I'll cut that away, and it looks pretty good, and it lines up the strings. I didn't have to shim the neck hardly at all, so I won't have to shim it. So we'll get everything there, and I'll be right back. Alright, working on the pickguard and the pickup placement. I think I'm going to like to go with the input jack on the pickguard itself and the one volume knob, the EMG 81 right there, and then a white pickguard with orange body and orange headstock. But yeah, that's basically the layout of the guitar. Alright, I guess the next thing to do would be to cut out the pickguard and get that rolling, and then dial in the neck. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, now that I got that figured out, I'm going to drill a hole for the ground wire that goes to the bridge. Alright, we'll see you inside. Alright, got the successful ground wire drilled all the way through. Right there. Alright, looks good from right there. Alright, now we're going to get the neck situated, and we'll be right back. Alright, just a real quick recap. Okay, on the frets, installed the nut, and it looks pretty good. And I did fill in all the extra holes on the headstock, and I installed the tuning keys real quick. I'm still going to make sure this is perfect before it goes to paint or anything. But yeah, I got that finished, so pretty much the neck is done. I'm going to apply some wood grain filler and make sure it's all perfect before it goes to paint. And then also I'm going to add some wipe-on poly to seal in the neck completely, do the complete neck. And I'm going to paint orange on this backside plate, the side, the top, and then the front. So this is going to stay natural, this is going to stay natural, and then all the rest of it. And then on the body, I was able to install where the bridge is going to go. I installed the ground wire for the pickup, or for the bridge. I filled in a lot of the big holes and dents. I was able to install the neck, and then I got the neck pocket the way I like it, nice and perfect. And then I was working on the pickguard and the shape of the pickguard and what we're gonna do. So I took a paper template, and this is basically the shape I did come up with. Let me put in there, hope I don't run out of battery space. I was a little bit low on space, so if this cuts off, then I ran out of room. So I got the neck just temporarily in there. And then the pickguard is gonna go look something like that. And it's gonna be the white 3-ply pickguard. So that's gonna be cool. And then the rest of the body is gonna be orange, and then orange on the front, and then chrome hardware. And I'm still contemplating. I got the input jack there, and then the one volume knob. Still contemplating whether I'm going to go passive or active. I can go either or on this guitar build. I still got to cut, I'll cut out the scratch plate, the pick guard for the pickup, the single humbucker pickup. But seeing how it's such a thin body, I'm not sure if EMG pickup, but I did order a shallow EMG. I could always cut it in the back, shallow. I might go active, why not? And there's no hurry to get this build done. I just wanted to recap on today's progress. It's looking pretty good. Everything's going well, and it's going to be pretty awesome when I get to the ugly phase and I start applying the wood filler and everything like that. But I'm done for the day, so tomorrow I'll start early and I'll start cutting the pickguard and getting that situated, and then we'll take it from there. Alright, we'll see you soon. It's going good. Alright, we'll talk to you soon. Alright, another quick update. I got the pickguard decided with the shape that I'm happy with, and that's going to be it. I know you can't really tell with all the tape, but I did go through a few configurations there, but yeah. Alright, so I'm going to trace this out on the pickguard material and then cut it out, and then we'll see you on the next step. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got the pickguard material out, and I'm getting ready to trace the shape onto the pickguard material, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, there's the overall pickguard shape. Looks pretty cool. Alright, so now I got the scrolls out, and I'll cut it out. Fingers crossed everything goes well. I think this is going to be a one or nothing, because I don't think there's enough room on the other side. I'd have to order another piece. But alright, fingers crossed. Wish me luck. Alright, got the pickguard cut out, and it looks pretty good. It fits right on there, and everything looks to be dialed in just perfectly. I'll attach the neck and everything else, but that's basically how it's going to look. And then, of course, you know, the body's going to be orange, of course. So the side up with the orange paint. Yeah, I think that the shape, the overall shape, turned out pretty cool. Yeah, one of a kind, unique kind of thing, but you know, hey, it looks pretty awesome. Alright, let me get the screws and then mount it, and then gotta put the bridge and the neck on, and then figure out where the pickup is gonna go, and we'll be right back. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got the guard installed. Well, I got, you know, a couple screws in there, put the bridge on there. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the pickup, so I traced out the pickup where it's gonna go, and now I'm gonna cut it out on a scroll saw, and we'll see in a second. Alright, just need a quick progress update on the parts guitar. I was able to mark out and install it came in the mail today, the shallow 9-volt battery compartment, and I was able to use the Dremel, and I figured out a good spot for it with the cavity, and it's in there real good and tight. Yeah, so it fits in there real good, and it goes to the other side, and it just catches where I get the wiring and everything, so it's perfect. Alright, so now all that's left to do, I did finish the pick guard, and I got the hole for the active pickup, and I did get all the mounting holes. I didn't flush them out, you know, the screws or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to order some screws. But yeah, and then I cut the opening for the input jack and for the pedometer, so we should be good to go. So now I guess I'll enter the ugly phase and start putting some wood filler on there. But yeah, so I got everything worked out, so it's gonna be pretty cool. And then we'll start the painting press to get the body. Like I said, I'll do the wood filler phase, and then some primer, and then some orange, and then I'll start working on the frets and everything like that. So that'll be pretty cool. Alright, we'll see you in the next update. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, another quick update. I got everything dismantled, and now we're ready. I'm going to do some sanding and see how much of the wood filler I'm going to do. This one paint's pretty good. I'm just going to use the wood filler sparingly, I think, so that way it'll save on there instead of coating the whole thing like I usually do. But we'll see. We'll see in a little bit. Alright, got the body all prepped. I got all the big holes with the body filler, and now it's time for the wood filler, the ugly phase, and I'm gonna put a few coats. Plastic wood, I gotta go get some more, so I'll just put what I can tonight. But alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, good morning everybody. Nice cloudy day here in Central Florida. We had pretty good thunderstorms last night, but yesterday I was able to put several coats. I'm trying a different wood filler this time. Had a little bit more texture to it than the other one does, but we'll see how it goes. We are in ugly phase full effect, but I'm gonna try sanding it smooth and we'll see how it goes. I've got other wood filler to try. I'm gonna experiment and see if this is a little bit harder than the other one. The other one seems like it gets a little brittle from time to time. We'll see if this one works really good. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I'm really digging the thin body. This is so thin. I mean, if you look at how thin it is. Alright, well, I'm going to start sanding on it, and I'll see you in a little bit and see how it goes. Wish me luck. Fingers crossed. Alright, another update. We are ready for some paint. I'm all prepped. Everything's been sanded and made as perfect as possible. I had the ugly phase, and I pretty much sanded all the stuff I put on there basically off. So, and then I filled in all the other stuff with some other materials. But yeah, all right, we're gonna go with this time around. Like I think I might have mentioned before, we're gonna go with Popsicle Orange Gloss Krylon 2-in-1, and we're gonna go with the first couple coats, and then we'll see how it goes, and we'll see you in a bit. And give 10 minutes per coat. Give it time to flash off, and we're going to start with some light coats and then gradually work our way and maybe use the whole can on there. Well, no, we got to save some for the headstock, but anyway, alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, first light coat has been applied, and it's looking good so far. Hopefully the paint will the pigment will be strong enough to be able to cover completely, but we will see in a few more coats. But yeah, it looks alright right now. Alright, we'll see you in another coat. Alright, after 2 coats, I'm not digging this orange color, and it's not covering very well. I suppose in a few more coats it probably would, but I think we're gonna make a color change here mid-paint. I've had this Duplicolor metallic blue paint, and it looks like it's pretty cool. Thinking I've got almost a full can. I might go with a base of chrome first, and then go the metallic over. This may be a really bad idea, but hey, how's it going? Just a quick update. Yeah, it turned out the paint actually turned out really cool. Let me see. Let me grab it off the hanger here. This guitar is fairly light because it's so thin, but yeah, check that out. It turned out pretty killer. It's actually the paint that I did get, from what I can remember. It's a color shift paint, so sometimes it looks purple, sometimes it looks blue, and it turned out really cool. Let's see if I get a better angle here with the light in the room. But yeah, I do like this a lot better than the original planned orange color. So I just wanted to show you real quick the way it looks, and you can see it next to the purple of the Prince cymbal guitar, and then you can see it next to the blue of the Warrior guitar. Let's see, and this is like the blue from the Gladiator guitar. So see how it has like a purple tinge to it, and the double neck there, the double neck Gladiator guitar. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Turned out really well. You can't really see the full sparkle in this room because of the light, but yeah, see how thin that guitar is. Wow. So I just wanted to give you a quick update. It turned out pretty killer. The color is not what I had planned, but like you've seen in the earlier video shoots, the just wasn't digging the orange, and it wasn't like covering really well. So and I might go with a clear coat over this because this paint is already dry to the touch. This paint isn't really super glossy, which will be fine. I mean, it's just a parts guitar. But now I get to start working on the neck. And I did put a few coats of wipe on poly on the neck, so everything worked out good. Let me show you that in the light. Yeah, because I did shave off probably about a 1/4 inch off the back of the heel of the guitar to be able to, and then I'm going to work on the frets, and then I'm going to sand. I did put some of that wood filler on that side just to make it all good. And I gotta fill that color in right there from the gap. That was an extra gap. But yeah, and it turned out pretty cool. And I worked out that little that knot that was there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna do all the fret work. I'm gonna level polish, or level crown and polish the neck. And then we'll get the headstock good to go, and then paint it. And then let that set for a little while, probably a couple days, and then we'll put it together. And it should be pretty killer. I mean, this guitar is going to be super thin, and it's a really cool guitar. And you can remember from earlier, the pickguard also. And what I'm going to do to the pickguard too is, right now it's straight up and down at 90 degrees. The cuts are 90 degrees. Like, I'm going to leave the cuts here 90 degrees. And of course in the neck 90 degrees, but I'm going to bevel, because since this is a 3-ply material for the pickguard, I'm going to bevel it so it's going to be in an angle. So I'm going to get the Dremel tool, and I'm going to angle it slightly towards the top, so it's going to be like an angle like that. So it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, so But that's that. Just wanted to catch you up on the real quick on the progress of the parts guitar build. But like I said, the paint is not what I had planned, but I am so happy that I did change the color. And sometimes it looks purple, sometimes it looks blue, so depending on the light. And I'll show you more when I get outside. Outside you can see it in its full range of color scheme. But anyway, real quick video update, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. I'll start working on the neck and doing the frets, and I'll start posting all that stuff. Alright, talk to you soon. Alright, it's that time to do the fret work. I'm going to tape up the neck, and then we're going to level, crown, and polish the frets. But we're going to tape it up first. We'll see you in a sec. Alright, we're all taped up. Time to mark them. We'll be right back. Alright, we're all marked. Now time to get a level. Alright, all the frets are nice and level. Time to put a crown on there. Alright, got a good crown on all the frets. Now we're ready to round them over and put a polish on them. See you in a sec. Alright, all the frets have been rounded and polished and looking good. Alright, time to take the tape off and then round the ends with the edge file. Make sure you get rid of all the burrs. Alright, what's in the set? Alright, all the frets have been rounded and polished and looking good. Alright. Now time to take the tape off, and then I'm gonna use the fret end file and round them real nice. Alright, we'll see a little bit. Alright, got the frets all done. I sanded the back of the neck and the top of the neck, tried to make it as even as possible. Now I'm gonna do I'm gonna get the fret end file and do that, and then tape it up. I don't know, it's getting kind of dark outside, so I don't think I'll have enough time to paint it tonight. But I'll get it prepped for in the morning, and then I'll work on the pick guard tomorrow, and we'll be good to go. Alright, we'll see you soon. Alright, we are all taped up, ready for some paint. I got a unique tape situation going on. Thought it'd be kind of neat to paint like that. So the top, the sides, and the back. Alright, let me go put a couple coats on there and see how it looks. We'll see in a little bit. Hey, how's everybody doing? Just a quick update on the parts guitar. Had a little bit of a catastrophe. As you can see, I haven't posted in a couple days. I kept checking on this. You remember I had painted it orange, and then I gave up on the orange, and then I went with the silver, and then the color shift paint, which you can see there, and a little bit there, and in the back here you can see the color shift paint right there. After like almost a week, it wasn't drying correctly because the paint underneath was still kind of wet, and then it started cracking. I noticed one day it started drying and it was cracking the paint on top, and the orange was coming through, and it was just looking like just really bad. So I just spent the last 2.5 hours or so with the paint thinner and bug and tar remover and sandpaper and just tons of time, and got it back to where it's in stage 1 now again. So what I'm gonna do now, what I've decided, I'm gonna try to fill in these little there's a couple little, I fill little divots here and there, but what I've elected to do is, starting over, I'm gonna spray a base coat or two of metallic silver. Then I have a can of this that I was gonna use here, there, and everywhere, and I guess this is the project that's going on. I've got some of the glitter blue paint, which I've used before. I think I've learned a lesson or two since then. I'm gonna put a couple coats. I'm not gonna go, I went with a whole can before, and it leaves like a real texture. It's real textured paint, like I've said in previous videos. And then I've got a little half can of sealer left, and I'm gonna throw that over there. I'm gonna do that all today after I finish all this, so hopefully I can get it really flat. And with the textured paint, it will fill in any of the imperfections, as far as if it's got like a little divot here or there from where I filled it before and sanded it out. I mean, it's just, whew, it's been a long process, but this body's so thin and it's so cool that I gotta do something to it. I just can't give up on it. So, and then I've got to redo the headstock, But yeah, I think that's the only one that I feel right there. It's a little bit. And I might go with maybe some putty. Might go with a little bit of paste putty, and that dries pretty quickly, and I can sand that real quick. And then, so all right, we'll see you next step, and then I'll put it back on the hanger, and then we'll go out there. A beautiful day here in Central Florida. Yeah, springtime, so things are starting to come back together, come back to life. But all right, just wanted to give you a quick update. I'll see you in the next step. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, we are prepped. I got all the spots, little liner spots filled in. We are prepped and ready for a couple coats of silver paint. All right, I think this is gonna work this time. Anyway, all right, we'll see you in a sec. All right, just a quick update. Successful silver base coats. Looking pretty cool. Yeah, and this paint's going on good. Rust-Oleum to the rescue, I swear. It was Krylon paint that I was using for the orange and then the blue. Well, it was Rust-Oleum for the color shift paint, but I already did the deed of put the Krylon prior to that. But yeah, it looked pretty good. All right, I'm gonna let this flash off for about 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna go with the good old blue glitter. Tried and true. It'll look good. And I'm not going to use the whole can. I'm just going to put this enough on there just so it coats and it looks good. So I'm going to have to, well, probably just waste the can, but that's all right. There's plenty more. Because this stuff, I mean, use it once and then it'll clog after that. But anyway, all right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, got the blue base coat over the silver. And now I'm going to let this cure for a little bit longer. And then we're going to go with the glitter paint. It's going to look cool. Yeah, do it good. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. Man, it's already 3 o'clock. I started this at 9 o'clock to try to get some paint on this guitar, and it just hasn't worked out for me. Well, I had another catastrophic failure. As soon as I put the glitter paint after the blue paint, it started scabbing up, and some people like that effect, the crackle look, as they call it. It started scabbing everywhere I painted it, and it looked like total hell. And I got some gasoline out, and I swapped all the paint off there, and gonna sand it again. And now we're gonna start all over again. So I'm gonna prep it real good, and this time I think I'm gonna go with Krylon True Blue. It's a can of paint I have on there. I don't think I should go out. You know, I was contemplating going to the store and actually buying some paint. But if I'm going to have another failure and I'm just wasting all the paint that I have on hand, and you know, that's what it's there for, to use, I might as well just not spend any money and just use the paint I have. So it's supposed to be no drips, no runs, no errors. So let's see if that holds true. So here we go. I'll let this, I'm going to sand it and try to get it smooth. And then we're gonna go with a coat or two of this, and we'll see how it goes. And this is all right. Got the first layer of blue on there, and it's looking pretty good. There's a spot I'm gonna have to smooth out right about there, but other than that, I think once I wet finger it, and it's looking pretty good now. So I'm just gonna use as much as this can. Hopefully no bugs go on it. And I like the color of the blue. It's different. It's kind of blue. It's true blue. But anyway, alright, fingers crossed. We'll see you in a coat or two. Alright, after 2 coats, this looks absolutely perfect. So, I'm at a loss. I've been fighting this thing for like the last week. And then finally, for some reason, it decides. Look at that. Look at that. This is 2 coats. I'm gonna put a 3rd coat on there, and it's gonna make it even more flat. But did I have to go through all that? I mean, I stripped it twice today and painted it twice today. This is the 3rd time painting it today. So I just, if somebody has any kind of understanding of painting, please lend me some of your knowledge. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna let this cure for another couple minutes, or you know, flash off, and then I'll put another coat and then go hang it on the hanger, and then we're gonna go change the color on the headstock. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Hey, how's everybody doing? Just another quick update on the parts guitar. I got the headstock painted at the new color. After everything is said and done, all the different colors this guitar's gone through so far. But this is going to be the final color, and it looks pretty awesome. Yeah. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, next step on the headstock is to apply my white logo. And then let me show you the body. The body turned out pretty cool. As you recall in previous video clips, here's the body. It turned out awesome. And the Krylon saved the day on this one. I guess I'm bouncing between Krylon and Rust-Oleum, but yeah, it turned out pretty cool. I just wanted to show you real quick. Yeah, as you can recall, I had the color shift paint on the guitar, and let me pull it off the rack here. And with that paint, because initially I'd sprayed the orange underneath it, and then covered it with the silver, and then with the metallic paint, or the, let's see if I get the better light here. Yeah, it turned out awesome. That is looking good. And I did the thumb test, you know, with the impressions right there in the spot that's going to be covered, and it looks like the paint's hardening pretty good. It's almost fully cured, if it's not fully cured already, but I always try to give it just a little bit extra time. That way I have no issues. And it looks pretty good. Look at how thin. It's just, I've said that before, but yeah, this guitar is going to be awesome. Just a parts guitar with that body that I had on the floor. And what the plan for today is, I'm going to apply, like I said earlier, the headstock logo, the white, and then with the custom, this is the custom made pickguard that I came up with. I'm not sure how much I showed the process of this. I think I did. But I'm going to actually put a bevel on the edges that are on the outside, a slant, so it looks pretty cool. And I'll do that today. And then we'll be set to, you know, put this thing together, ready to install everything and set it up. Also with the screws too, I've got these screws that I found that I had, and it's just basic pickguard screws. But see how they're beveled? I'm going to countersink them. I'm going to make the holes, all the holes, countersunk. So I'm going to put a little bit of a flange on the screw holes, so that'll look cool. So I'll get that done today, and we'll be ready to go. And I'll be starting 2 new projects here. I was waiting, actually, the neck. I'm going to do the Michael Badio Rocket electric guitar. And I ordered a neck from Amazon, as you can see in the back there. It's kind of hard to reach with the camera, with the phone. And it was actually the wrong neck. I ordered a 24 fret dot neck, 24.75 scale, and they sent me a 21 neck, 24.75 scale with no fret markers. So that's not going to work. But I'm going to use that guitar for my second build, which is going to be the Gibson Playboy Bunny Head guitar. I'm going to make a copy of that. So I'm going to be starting those 2 guitars here soon. I'm going to start the Michael Badio Rocket guitar, and I still got to go to Lowe's and pick up the wood and aluminum plate. They have aluminum plating here at my, you know, the Lowe's here. It's not, or the Home Depot actually. It's not right next door, but it's in the next city over. So I'm going to swing over there and pick up the aluminum plating. I'll need silver paint. I'll need some more. I've gone through so much of this plastic wood filler. So that'd be pretty cool. But alright, so I just wanted to catch up what I've been up to. Yeah, it's going through this paint. I mean, this guitar has already been painted like 4 or 5 times. You could see with all the past videos. Yeah, it's been kind of a treacherous kind of ordeal, but I didn't give up on it. I didn't get frustrated. I didn't get let my anger get the best of me like I did on certain guitars. But that one turned out pretty cool, actually. The anger actually increased the coolness of that guitar. But yeah, so all right, and we'll see you shortly. Hope everybody's having a great week. All right, we're ready to go. It was pretty rainy and pretty nasty yesterday and the last few days, but it's cloudy, but it's sunny. So I'm going to work out here on the pickguard and get that all squared away, and we'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, alright, just another quick update. I had to actually move inside because it started raining outside, ghost figure. Alright, so what I did, using the Dremel tool, different varieties of sandpaper, I put a bevel edge on the outside, as you can see, and it looks pretty sweet. You know, trying to make it perfect as possible. This is kind of an art, I guess, making the perfect pickguard. And then I already pre-drilled the holes for these screws, and as you can see, each screw has a countersink part to it. So this side isn't done yet, and I do this by hand. I show you, it's a two-step process, well, three-step. You know, you make the hole, then I prefer to do this by hand. As you can see, the difference between, you know, the left side isn't done yet. And the way I do it, I take my Dremel bit, the smaller bit with rounded, and then I'll bore it out a certain degree, and then the flat end I'll bore out. And as you can see, when you put the screw inside the pickguard, it makes it flush and perfect. So yeah. Alright, and then I'll get the other side done, and then all the prep work on the body will be complete, and then I'll have to make the next step will be to put the logo on the headstock. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, handmade custom pickguard is completed and looks awesome. Yeah, you can see how I countersunk. And then, you know, once I take this plastic film off, it'll look perfect. So, and then the one pedometer, and then the input jack, and then the pickup ring. It's going to be pretty sweet. But yeah, you can see how the bevel really makes the 3-ply stand out. So, okay, now I'm going to work on the headstock and get the logo together, and then we'll be good to go. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, going to generate the logo for the Hearts guitar headstock, and here we go. Hopefully everything turns out good. Alright. It is ready to rock. Alright. Fingers crossed. It seems like. Alright, printed out the logo. I'm going to go measure it to the headstock and see if it'll be the right size. I think I might need to go just a little bit bigger this time. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, logos are cut. I'm going to go with this one right here, the Made in USA, and alright, fingers crossed everything goes well. I'm going to place it here, and we'll see in a little bit. Alright, quick update, just a successful transfer of the logo. Looks pretty cool. That'll work. I'm happy with that. It's pretty sweet. Alright. Yep, alright, we'll let all this cure and set for a while, and then it's time to assemble this guitar. Pretty sweet though. Yeah, it turned out really nice. I like it. The blue and the white really offset each other, and with the white nut and with the white pickguard and everything like that, it's going to be really cool. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, good morning. How's everybody doing on this fine Thursday morning? A little bit cloudy and rainy outside, but we are inside and we are getting ready to install the parts guitar build. And these are all the parts that we will use. Alright. There's the tools that we're going to use. Okay, first step's going to be to install the wire for the ground, for the bridge, and then install the bridge. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright. It's going to be fun. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, got the ground wire installed, and now we're going to get the bridge, and we're going to mount that over the top of it. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alrighty, bridge installed with no issues and looking good. Alright, now next step is probably going to be to install the 9-volt battery compartment, and then solder some ends to it, or wires to it. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, just soldered some wires to the 9-volt battery compartment. It's a pretty unique one that I've never used before, but it's going to work pretty cool for the spin body style. So, I'm going to feed the wires through, and then we'll be set. I'll see you in a second. Alright, 9-volt battery compartment installed, looking pretty sweet, and look at how thin it is. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, this is going to work out good. See how thin it is on there? And I got the wires fished through. Alright, next step to work on the pickguard and get everything wired up. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, time to work on the pickguard. I'm going to install the EMG81 in the bridge position with the screws and springs, and then install the pedometer and the input jack, and then flip it over and then start the wiring process. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, got all the parts installed. I took off the film and it looks awesome. Look at that. That is so sweet. For a hand cut pick guard like that, that's just awesome. Alright, so now we're going to do some wiring. And that's the typical single pedometer, single input jack wiring. So get started on that and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, pick guard is all wired up. Now ready to join it to the body. Pretty cool, pretty straightforward wiring, easy. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, we are connected to the body. Now it's time to turn the pick guard around and install the pick guard on the body. And it'll be cool. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, got one screw in the pick guard, looking cool. I'm going to install the neck so I can line up the pick guard correctly. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, get ready to put the neck into the body. It's going to be pretty sweet. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, quick update. I got the pick guard, the neck installed. Got to install the tuning keys next. But installed the pick guard and all the screws, and it is looking sweet. Wow, that's cool. It turned out pretty good. So far, the only glitch on this whole thing is these screwdrivers have magnetized, right? And it goes to figure that it picked up one of these wrenches, and when I went to go grab it, one of the wrenches fell on the body and left the smallest little paint chip right there. But I think I can touch that up where you can't even notice it. That's the only glitch so far. So if that's the only thing that's going to happen on this guitar build, then now I'll work with that. Not too big a deal. It's just a little paint chip from a wrench that came smacking on the top there. So yeah, figures. Always one little thing. But alright, so let me install the tuning keys and get some strings on it. Oh, I got to do a test. Let me do a test real quick. Okay. I do have the battery installed, so we'll plug it in. Alright. Turn the volume fully up, and nothing. Of course, do I got the volume on the amp up? Let's take a look. Nope. Okay. Let's take a look. Got. Alright, we'll get right back to you. Alright, back again. Turns out I had a bad input jack. Input jack that I put in there was bad and faulty, so I had to replace it. I've gone through a bunch of tests, but I got it all back together again. No worse for wear. Had to adjust a little bit for the pickup, adjust a little bit for the new input jack was a little bit wider, so I had to bore out a little bit. So I got that all together, so it's good. Let's do a final test here. Alright, plug this baby in. That's always a good sign when you plug it in. Yeah, alright. Turn the volume all the way down. And nothing. Turn the volume all the way back up. Yeah, alright, sounds good. Alright, so now what the next step is, I'm going to install the tuning keys and the string tree on the neck, and then we'll start to put some strings on there. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. Got the tuning keys installed, looking good. Everything is looking good so far. And now we're going to put some strings on there. Alrighty. We'll see you in the next step. Alright, hopefully all my measurements and everything is good to go. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, halfway there. See you in a bit. Alright, we are all stringed up and she is looking awesome. Look at that. That is awesome. Alright, I'm installing the one string tree on the headstock and we'll be right back. Alright, successful installation of the string tree. Alright, well I'm going to tune this up and see how she sounds, and I'll be right back. Alright, got everything dialed in. It is sounding sweet. This guitar plays so amazingly. I can't believe how well it turned out. I mean, being so thin, look at how thin it is. And I got the nut perfectly cut. The action is super low without buzz. I mean, it just plays and sounds, and that EMG 81 sounds incredible. The only thing left to do now is to install the strap buttons, and I always prefer the Shaler strap button locks because that's what I play. So, alright, so I'm going to install one in the back here and then one in the top horn, and we'll see you in a minute. Hopefully everything goes well. This is always treacherous kind of part, but anyway, fingers crossed. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, successful button installation, and it looks cool. Alright, now I'm going to get a little paint and try to touch up that microscopic spot right there from earlier, but other than that, it's done. It looks pretty sweet. I'll do a full demo and everything like that on it, but yeah, it turned out really well. This guitar looks awesome. Strap button, look at it. No neck dive at all. It just fits perfectly where it's supposed to. Alright, let me get that paint out and then touch that up, and then I'll be right back. Alright, see you in a bit.